Hola amigos, aquí en un nuevo episodio de Vampyr con Nacho Space, y donde lo dejamos en el capítulo anterior en el que nos enfrentamos con el matón de las alcantarillas, que si no recuerdan era una especie como de monstruo hombre lobo o algo así. Y bueno, tratamos de seguir la pista de ese hombre misterioso que visita a las enfermeras, en especialmente a Dorothy Crane. Y bueno, así que ahora iremos en busca de Dorothy para saber qué es lo que está pasando. Así que nuestra misión es llegar a Whitechapel. Así que vamos a ir acá. No hay nada nuevo. Muchas veces cuando pasa el día siguiente nos deja recolectar nuevos objetos, nuevos para hacer medicamentos y esas cosas. Pero creo que ahora no hay. Mira, acá hay algo. Creo que era eso. Ya, siguiendo esto, la entrada debería de ser por acá. Tenemos que llegar ahí. Ahí hay uno, pero en realidad no sé si hay más. Vamos a esperar que ¿Viene? Viene. Vamos si podemos recoger algo más por acá. Y no, suena limpia. Aquí se ve que hay uno, pero ¿cuántos hay? Uno, dos, y creo que había otro ahí. Dos hombres en total. Voy a ver si me puedo ir por acá atrás, a lo mejor. Primero debería de terminar con estos de acá.
If you spot one, fire! Stupid beast! God, no! He's dead!
A ver si es que se acerca un poco. Vamos a esperar que va a apuntar de nuevo. Ahora. ¿Entran? y dejo algo. Y ya, nos daba la opción para entrar entonces en esta casa de acá. No, de momento ya no podemos entrar ahí. Tenemos sangre, pero necesitamos morder a alguien para recuperar un poco de nuestra vida. Así que vamos a meter acá. Y bueno, ahí hay dos escaleras. Voy a ver si puedo pasar por aquí despacio antes de que se den cuenta. No. Así me hizo bastante daño. Pero bueno. Nos llevamos todo lo que traen. Unos chelines. Una carta. Ahí se no era. ¿Sí? Había una bajada aquí, ¿cierto? Esta. Otros skulls.
Get away from me!
Primero vamos a ver quién estaba detrás de esta puerta. Vamos a hablar con este hombre.
What happened? Who are you?
It's all right, sir. You're safe now.
Oh, a fellow Englishman. Thank you, sir. For a moment, I thought those bloody heathens had killed me.
What are you doing here? This place is not safe.
Yeah, it's a cesspool, but it's mine. I came to collect some overdue rent, but those who still live here have gone completely bonkers.
You're very lucky to be alive.
Yeah, filthy immigrants. Fucking savages, every one of them. And now with this bloody fever, they're just animals.
You can find safety of sorts in Whitechapel. If you're quick and cautious, you'll be able to avoid the savages.
Bueno, ahora vamos a investigar un poco acá antes de irnos y seguir con nuestro camino. Acá.
This is Braille. I need someone who can read this.
Por acá. No hay nada más por acá. Ahora sí necesitamos un poco de sangre.
I have this thirst for blood.
Aquí ya habíamos estado. Oye, pero mira. Se me había quedado eso. Ahora sí. Por esa veníamos, ¿cierto? Ya. Sí, creo que sí. Ya, entonces esta zona ya estaba limpia. Creo que el camino es ese. No, no es ese. Se me lleva algo sin salir. Nos venimos por acá entonces. Bueno, vamos. Aquí también deberían de haber 3. Primero voy a ir por ese con el fuego, porque este me lastima más que los otros. Vengo despacio. Por aquí. Yo quería, pero bueno, no fue tan malo. Odio a este tipo. Ahí viene. Bueno, ahora sí creo que acá está limpio, así que seguimos. No veo nada más que brille por acá. No. Me lo cargo, me lo cargo.
More and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye, but the guards recruit more and more every year. When did you join the guard?
Quería tratar de pasar sin que me vieran, pero creo que va a ser imposible, así que bueno.
It's a nature.
hay alguien acá.
Guards recruit more and more every year.
Oh. Acá hay algo que es brilloso.
More and more
Son
of these
chelitas.
bloody leeches every night. Aye. But the guards recruit more and more.
Son por ahí arriba. ¿Había abierto? Esa no sé. Yo había abierto esta.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
¿Y qué pasó ahí?
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything, it ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Así que este pequeño roba medicamentos.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
This note was found on a dead man, Albert. If that doesn't change your mind, then you must be ready to face the risks.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I've a future here.
Goodbye, young man.
Wet Boots will be proud of me.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
What can you tell me?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
Vamos a preguntarle por...
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor.
What is it, Ben?
The doctor's called me.
Yes. Sounds like shell shock.
Not ashamed. I just need my pills.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Necesitamos encontrar a Darius Petrescu. Y bueno, creo que es acá mismo.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Vamos a tratar de seguirle la pista.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
The Swanborough cordial can be...
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually...
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really?
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides...
I'd like...
¿Podemos pedir? Mail, esta de correo. Puede que no sirva después. ¿Dónde hay más personas acá? Lo siento por esa vuelta. Vamos a mirar por aquí.
It's all a bloody joke to you, isn't it?
No,
Drugs
por
for
aquí
the
no
sick and
entramos
suffering.
al pueblito, entonces tiene que ser por aquí. Vamos por acá. Oye, que me pierdo acá también. No medio laberíntico. No, por allá yo creo que no es. ¿Dónde está la iglesia? Deberíamos encontrar la iglesia. No, para allá no. Lo siento. Ah, me carga perderme acá en la ciudad. ¿Dónde? ¿Dónde es? ¿Dónde formo? acá hay más personas, así que supongo que tiene que ser por acá.
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a...
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this... Nurse
Yes.
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives...
Right then.
Por ahora creo que nada que me interese demasiado. Cualquier arma secundaria. Es así. Pero ahora no.
Excuse me.
Another journey?
I'm not a
A
journalist.
doctor, you say?
Really?
I'm Joe Peterson's son.
Have you heard of a nurse?
Dorothy Crane.
Could you please tell me...
She's a nice...
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson. Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are my...
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
So, you're not exactly a fan?
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fibre.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane?
Before coming to London,
I have heard enough for tonight.
Información.
Goodbye.
De momento solo preguntaremos esto a los ciudadanos y después en el otro capítulo podremos sacarle más pistas o cosas así.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to
Ah, yeah.
Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Supongo que es este.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly...
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Atrás de la iglesia. Bueno, vamos por él entonces.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Detrás de la iglesia. ¿Vamos a ir por acá? ¿Cuántos hay? ¿Uno? Uno a nivel 10. Bueno. Vamos a pedirlo. Venga, dándole décimo. por acá entonces.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and On the contrary, sir, Whitechapel is...
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery.
And have you ever tried to learn?
Maybe I prefer...
Perhaps you're just a...
One day, perhaps.
In what...
The struggle...
If you say
such...
Vivid.
Oh, yes?
I'll leave you alone, sir.
¿Dónde está por acá?
Good evening.
And good evening to you too.
You don't really make a living from your script.
No, sir, I don't.
When she was younger, my mother was a painter and a poet. She told me many times how poor...
My parents...
You seem embarrassed.
Someday I... Not at all.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary...
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know...
Are you aware that you're...
But this is where I must be.
I understand.
I don't care.
If some
Well, you, for a start.
What?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy.
What are you talking about?
Ah,
Yeah.
Most people...
I'll leave you alone, sir.
ya tenemos un poco más de información de la enfermera. ¿Qué es lo que necesitábamos? Así que ahora vamos a ver si Darius nos deja entrar. Ah, pero antes debo encontrar el buzón y la carta. Un buzón. Después vendremos a hablar con ella. Mira, acá hay un buzón.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
No era eso lo que estaba buscando, pero... ¿Dónde estaba la casa? Ah, para allá. Me olvida que debo seguir.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind. Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe?
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Lo siento, me estoy robando todos los chelines de las casas. Pero creo que los vamos a necesitar después. Vamos a tener un poco con este.
If you want to...
We've not been...
I am Darius Petret.
Ya.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane.
Like myself, and
She seems important to the community.
more than you can imagine.
Did you refuse to...
Yes,
You could have told him.
as a great writer,
Tell me everything you know.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Are you not worried for...
She is as brave as she is tough, and clever, too. If only I had...
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
Who is she, really? Do you...
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family.
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Aquí tengo más opciones. Bueno,
Do you...
Who knows?
Don't be...
It's quite...
This war...
No. I know,
But remain...
but it's not a...
How...
I'm...
You mean...
Really,
¿por qué me sigue dando esta
Tell-
I do
opción?
not...
¿Puedo sacarle algo más? No.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
No hay nada que pueda brillar.
tipo de escala allá arriba. Vamos a ir a ver ahora. Ah, mira qué bien. Las cartas. Bueno, la enfermera tiene un hermano, por lo que sabemos ahora.
I need help!
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could? Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
You're here to test my bedside manners.
It's locked.
To what do I owe this courtesy?
Bueno, vamos a hablar con la enfermera.
I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
Your heart might be in the right place, but you can't carry on with this blackmail. For God's sake, Dorothy, it's extortion. It's a serious crime.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have...
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest...
It's easy for you to say, Doctor.
So?
I know you're kind, Doc.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Encantar, apropiarse, la vamos a... Ella es el pilar fundamental, ya sea del hospital y acá. La vamos a perdonar.
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed! That sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then?
No, just a privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance your noble endeavors.
We have ourselves a deal, Doctor. Good customers are always welcome.
Yes, Nurse Crane. We have a deal.
¿Subimos el nivel? ¿Qué está pasando acá?
This one stinks already. It's one of them! Silly! That's gotta hurt!
Queda como bugueado. Voy a ver si este de acá... Ahí tenía ahí. Nos vamos al dispensario. Ah, uy, qué bonito. ¿Cuántos son? 3. Bueno,
Sir,
vamos.
no civilians will... You went
Christ, he's dead!
He's dead!
Over there! Bloody leech!
¿Tienen más? No. Y eran 3. El otro no sé dónde está. Ah, quedó allá. Yo creo que no tenía... ¿Vamos a ir por aquí ahora? Sí. Nos llevamos esto y ahora vamos por el refugio. Se supone que hay un refugio acá. Bueno, en toda la ciudad, en verdad. Todos los pueblitos. Por aquí. Por aquí no.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Ahí. Creo que es. Llegamos entonces al nuevo escondite. Tenemos 2700, así que voy a mejorar este. Y podía haber puesto uno de estos. ¿Cuánto sale? Ah, no me alcanza. Aumenta, no. Vamos a aumentar esto. Necesitamos. Una y dos. Necesitamos hacerle medicamentos, buscar a estos ciudadanos. Y ahora también están enfermos los del hospital. Bueno, pero esto es más importante. Ya. Bueno amigos, hasta aquí entonces el episodio de este fantástico juego en el que nos enfrentamos con algunos mini jefes y perdonamos a la enfermera Crane. Bueno, yo creo que ella es muy importante en el hospital y en este pueblo. Entonces si lo hubiéramos matado, estoy segura que lo hubiera liado. Bueno, espero que le haya gustado y en el próximo capítulo completaré algunas misiones secundarias y algunas pistas de los ciudadanos que nos quedaron pendientes por conocer. Así que pendientes al próximo lunes. Un besito a todos. Chao.